Welcome to the Explainer. Let's jump right in, shall we? Have you ever actually thought about your mid-afternoon snack as, well, a secret weapon for aging well? Because today, we're going to completely flip the script on how we think about those little bites between meals. Snacking isn't just about tying yourself over until dinner or satisfying a random craving anymore. It's actually this incredibly powerful tool for longevity and for keeping our vitality high as we get older. Basically, we are completely rethinking our pantries today.
So let's be real for a second. Are your snacks secretly working against your aging body? It's just a reality that as we get older, we bump into new physical challenges. Maybe you've noticed your appetite kind of shrinking, or, chewing those harder foods just isn't quite as comfortable as it used to be. Or maybe you've got that quiet, growing fear in the back of your mind about falls and bone fractures. Look, it's a totally normal part of aging, but we've really got to stop and ask ourselves, does the stuff we eat every day actually help protect us against these challenges, or is it secretly holding us back?
1,200 milligrams. That right there is the daily calcium requirement recommended by the National Institutes of Health for both men and women over the age of 70. Really think about that number for a second. Trying to hit that exact target day in and day out with just 3 standard meals, that can be incredibly tough, especially if you just aren't as hungry as you used to be. And that right there is exactly why smart snacking isn't just a fun little treat, it's absolutely crucial if we want to hit these nutritional targets and protect our bodies.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for this explainer. First, we'll look at why smart snacking matters. Then, foods for stronger bones. Third, soft snacks for seniors. And finally, we'll wrap up with the Mediterranean snacking method.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, why smart snacking matters.
You see, after age 50, our bodies go through some fundamental changes. And that brings us face to face with a pretty stark reality: osteoporosis. It's a disease where bones lose their density, become porous, and are way more prone to breaking. Now, women naturally face a higher risk for this as they age, for sure. But it is so vital to note that men over 70 face this exact same reality if their diet is missing the mark on crucial nutrients. It's just simple biology, really. If you don't get enough calcium in your diet, your body literally steals it right out of your bones. No way around it.
Moving right along to Section 2, foods for stronger bones.
Since we know the severe risks of bone density loss, we really need to focus in on specific nutrient-dense foods. These are essentially the building blocks for a resilient skeleton. For example, a standard 8-ounce glass of cow's milk. That's going to give you 300 milligrams of calcium right off the bat. But hey, what if you're dairy-free or lactose intolerant? Honestly, no problem at all. Just 3 ounces of canned pink salmon, with the bones included, delivers a massive 240 milligrams. And a simple half cup of tofu gives you 126 milligrams. So even if you never touch a single drop of dairy, combining these kinds of foods throughout your day means strong bones are entirely within your reach.
But here's the thing. Calcium doesn't work alone. Get this, 85%. That is the fascinating amount of adult phosphorus that is stored directly inside our bones. Phosphorus is actually the second most abundant mineral in our entire body, and it works hand in hand with calcium to keep our skeletons healthy and strong. And the best part? You can easily top it up just by snacking on simple seeds or, grabbing a handful of almonds, which are absolutely packed with it.
So, as you can see, bone health is a massive team effort. It's like a giant puzzle. Beyond calcium, you absolutely need vitamin D, because without it, your body can't even absorb the calcium you're eating. You also need magnesium, which you can easily get from beans, to actively lower your fracture risk. Then there's vitamin A, found in vibrant stuff like sweet potatoes, which protects your cartilage, that crucial cushion in your joints. And don't forget vitamin C. A simple orange provides the vitamin C needed to produce collagen, which is a major component of your bones. All these specific vitamins and minerals work together beautifully to keep you strong and flexible.
Which brings us to Section 3, soft snacks for seniors.
Okay, so it's one thing to know exactly what nutrients we need, right? But we have to address the everyday practical reality of actually eating the food. If you, or maybe a loved one, are dealing with dental issues, dentures, lower appetite, or just sensitive digestion, snacking on raw, crunchy vegetables or hard nuts just isn't going to cut it. On one hand, traditional healthy snacks like raw apples and whole nuts are great, but they're hard, sometimes sticky, and honestly can be incredibly difficult to chew for aging teeth. So let's swap them out. Instead of struggling with a hard apple, grab an applesauce cup. You still get that great dietary fiber without any of the struggle. Instead of whole nuts, blend some nut butter into a creamy, delicious smoothie bowl. You're getting the exact same nutritional benefits, but in a totally safe, soft texture.
Let's look at a really concrete, delicious example of this.
Here is a super quick, caregiver-approved snack that takes just 3 easy steps. Step 1. Start with lightly toasted whole grain bread. You want just enough crunch so it's not complete mush, but it still needs to be soft enough to manage safely. Step 2. Generously spread some smoothly mashed avocado right over the top. And step 3. Season it simply with a little pinch of salt, pepper, or maybe some garlic powder. Boom! You've just created a snack packed with heart-healthy fats and essential fiber, all in a texture that's incredibly easy to chew and digest.
We can also really maximize our nutrition by pairing nutrient-dense soft fruits with healthy, protein-packed bases. Think about soft peaches, which are loaded with vitamins A and C, paired up with a scoop of plain cottage cheese. Or how about some soft pears, rich in dietary fiber with just a simple drizzle of honey? Or even antioxidant-rich berries finished off with a sprinkle of cinnamon. Combining the high protein and calcium you find in soft cottage cheese with these lovely soft fruits is an amazing, effortless way to preserve muscle mass safely, without causing any strain on your jaw.
And that naturally leads us right into Section 4, the Mediterranean snacking method. We've talked a lot about the specific nutrients for bone health and the importance of safe, soft textures. Now, let's zoom out and look at a holistic, lifelong framework. I love this quote. It's a lifestyle, and I much prefer calling it the Mediterranean way of eating. This is so key. This world-renowned diet, it is not about harsh restriction. Actually, scratch the word diet. It's not a temporary fad you force yourself to do for 30 days. It is a sustainable, totally joyful way of eating every single day that just naturally incorporates all the exact foods our aging bodies are craving.
The core foundation here is beautifully simple. We're talking whole grains, plenty of fresh fruits and vegetables, legumes and beans, nuts and seeds, and of course, healthy fats like olive oil. Now, these aren't weird, obscure health foods you have to hunt down. They are highly accessible everyday items. And if you start building your snacks around these core foods, you are naturally supporting your digestion, protecting your heart, and boosting your overall longevity without even having to overthink it.
Let's actually bring this to life. Picture this vivid, sensory snack idea straight from the Mediterranean. Imagine taking a really soft, easy-to-chew piece of whole wheat pita bread, dipping it into rich, high-quality extra virgin olive oil, and then lightly dabbing it in some za'atar. If you haven't had za'atar, it's this incredibly fragrant, earthy spice blend of wild thyme and toasted sesame seeds. It's a beautifully simple, traditional snack. It relies heavily on those healthy fats that protect your heart and brain, and honestly, it's absolutely delicious.
So let's tie the whole shebang together. Here are the ultimate longevity snacks that check absolutely every single box we've talked about today. They're bone-building, they're soft and easy to chew, and they are distinctly Mediterranean. We've got creamy avocado hummus paired with soft steamed carrots. How about some Greek yogurt topped with soft, naturally sweet figs for a massive calcium and potassium boost? Or mashed sweet potato with a dash of cinnamon to get that vitamin A. And pureed white bean dip spread onto soft bread for a perfect hit of magnesium and protein.
Well, we have covered a lot of empowering ground today, and I want to leave you with one final question to chew on. Which empty snack are you going to swap out for a longevity-boosting alternative today? Because you've got the tools now. You've got the deep knowledge of what your aging bones actually need, and you have these delicious, soft, Mediterranean-inspired ideas to make it happen. You are fully empowered to take immediate control of your health and your aging journey, literally one delicious, smart bite at a time. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I absolutely cannot wait to see how you upgrade your snacking.